Mia was a kind-hearted and honest girl. She and Karl attended the same school, and over time, Mia developed a deep crush on him. One day, she gathered the courage to confess her feelings. To her delight, Karl accepted, and despite his flaws, he genuinely loved her in return. However, their relationship wasn't perfect. Karl often made Mia cry, sometimes for attention, sometimes due to a lack of communication. Still, Mia held on, believing in their love. Then, one day, everything changed. Karl met Melissa on social media. She was an influencer who made tutorial videos, and their online conversations quickly turned into something more. Before Mia could even sense the shift, Karl broke up with her, leaving her heartbroken. Tears streamed down her face as he walked away, choosing Melissa instead. At first, Karl thought he had one in life, but fate had other plans. Melissa wasn't with him for love, she was there for financial gain. And when someone wealthier came along, she didn't hesitate to leave him behind. Years passed. The pain of betrayal ignited something inside Karl. He vowed never to be that vulnerable again, not emotionally, not financially. He disappeared from relationships, dedicating himself to self-improvement. He worked tirelessly, learning new skills, building businesses, and securing his future. Over time, Karl transformed, no longer the reckless young man he once was, but a man of success and discipline. And now, he was finally ready to love again. One evening, as Karl scrolled through social media, he stumbled upon a viral relationship experiment called Pop the Balloon. It was a matchmaking event where women would pop a balloon on the man they were not interested in, forming an instant connection. Karl was intrigued, but he didn't want to attract someone like Melissa again, someone who valued money over love. So, he devised a plan. Karl would enter the event disguised as a man with a disability, using a wheelchair to test if someone would love him for who he truly was, not for his wealth. The night of the ceremony arrived. Beautiful ladies stood in anticipation as eligible men entered one by one. Some were chosen immediately, others left without a match. Then, it was Karl's turn. Wheeling himself forward, Karl noticed something that made his heart stop. Among the women in the crowd were Mia and Melissa. His pulse pounded. What were the odds? Melissa smirked, but Mia's expression was unreadable. Karl lowered his head, trying to steady his emotions. As the event began, the ladies started popping balloons on the men they wanted. The sound of balloons bursting filled the air. Karl braced himself, wondering if anyone would choose him in his disguised state. Then, a shocking moment unfolded. Every single woman popped their balloon on Karl. Except one. Mia. Silence fell over the crowd. The host handed Karl the microphone. Taking a deep breath, he spoke. "My name is Karl. As you can see, I have a disability. I am here because I am looking for someone who will love me for who I am, not for what I have." Before Karl could continue, a loud, mocking laugh echoed through the room. "Melissa. Are you serious?" she sneered. "Not only is he broke, but he's also disabled now? We don't need men like this." The crowd murmured, some uncomfortable, others amused. Karl ignored her. His eyes, however, locked onto Mia. A single tear slipped down her cheek. Karl felt a lump form in his throat as he realized something heartbreaking. Despite everything he had done to her, she still loved him. Even now, when she believed he had lost everything, her heart hadn't changed. Then, the host turned to Mia. "You're the only woman who didn't pop your balloon. Would you like to explain why?" All eyes were on her. Slowly, she stepped forward, tears shimmering in her eyes as she knelt in front of Karl's wheelchair. With a trembling voice, she said, "Karl, I am sorry. You had an accident. I did not know. I still love you. Even after all this time, after all the pain, my heart refuses to let go. I wanted to pop the balloon, but I just couldn't. No matter how much I try to remind myself of the hurt you caused, my love for you is still stronger. I can't do it." With that, she let go of her balloon. It floated gently to Karl's lap, unbroken. Then, Mia turned and walked away, crying. Karl sat there, stunned. His heart pounded in his chest as her words sank in. Then, without thinking, he jumped out of his wheelchair and shouted, "Mia, please wait." Gasps filled the room. Karl had forgotten he was pretending to be disabled. Melissa's eyes widened in shock. The audience froze. Karl realized too late what had happened. His entire act was exposed. Pause. To be continued.